Opera 4 Alpha, I'm Eliana Moreno, along with my pilot Patrick McKernan. We are over a fast-moving police pursuit here in the San Fernando Valley. The vehicle in question is this white Honda Civic that you see there in the center of the screen. It is the LAPD's Mission Division that is in pursuit of this suspect. This suspect is wanted for a robbery as well as a carjacking, and he is armed with a gun that is believed to be an AK-47. The suspect is also wearing a mask. And so, again, this is a suspect that may have used that gun to steal this vehicle from a victim somewhere here in the North Hills area where this police pursuit originated out of. When we first heard about this pursuit, we heard that the suspect had rammed a gate somewhere, and that was going to be along Sepulveda Boulevard. And that is when the pursuit began. The airship overhead monitoring the police pursuit from up above. We also still have some units directly behind this suspect. They have not gone into surveillance mode, which is typically when the officers will pull back some of those units so that the suspect will think that he is no longer being pursued and hopefully slow his roll down a little bit. But for now, you can see still moving at high speeds. I'll throw on a speedometer here as soon as I can, but I'll let you know the streets here. It's gonna be Victory, fast-moving pursuit here through White Oak. LAPD close behind. You see their units there. Airship overhead. I'm hearing that broadcast on the police scanner, listening as the airship calls out the streets. Throwing on my speeds here so that I can look at it real quick, and I'll let you guys see it here in a moment. Again, a suspect who is wanted for carjacking, for using a gun in that carjacking, believed to be an AK-47. The suspect wearing some type of face mask, and at this point believed to be the only person inside of this white Honda Civic, which again we believe is the vehicle that was taken in that carjacking. But again, details still coming in on this one as he turns here southbound on Reseda from Victory. Wow, he is really picking up speed. Wrong side of the road here, using that center lane to get by. Again, Reseda and Victory are going to be the nearest crosses. Coming up to Oxnard, moving so quickly, he's already up to Oxnard before we know it. And making a turn on to Oxnard, losing control there just a little bit. Oxnard from Reseda. And now I'm just going to take about 30 seconds to say a few words in Spanish for our viewers, for our sister station, Telemundo. Buenas noches desde el helicóptero. Yo soy Eliana Moreno reportando sobre una persecución policíaca en la calle Wilbur, cerca de donde se cruza con la calle Oxnard. Es la policía de la ciudad de Los Ángeles de la división Mission que está persiguiendo al conductor de este vehículo blanco Honda Civic. El sospechoso adentro del vehículo supuestamente usó una pistola para robarse este vehículo de la área de North Hills hace unos 10 minutos. Ahí fue donde empezó la persecución de la policía de Los Ángeles. El helicóptero está sobre la persecución. También tenemos varios carros de la policía directamente atrás de este sospechoso, acercándose aquí a la calle Ventura desde la calle Wilbur. Una persecución donde creemos que solo hay una persona, un hombre adentro del vehículo armado con una pistola y supuestamente trae una máscara en la cara. Y les repito, este es un sospechoso que la policía cree robó al conductor de este vehículo, robándole el vehículo, un Honda Civic blanco en color, y la persecución continuando aquí en la calle Ventura. And I'm back with you here on NBC. Again, I'm Eliana Moreno up here in News Chopper 4 Alpha, along with my pilot Patrick McCurtain, continuing to follow this fast-moving chase here on Ventura Boulevard, right at our 9 o'clock here. And he may be making a turn here. Nope, he's going to continue here, Ventura Boulevard from Lindley. What is believed to be a stolen white Honda Civic, a vehicle that was in a carjacking somewhere near the North Hills area was where we first heard about this, somewhere near Sepulveda Boulevard. The LAPD airship overhead, watching as this vehicle ran through a gate. It was only a following at that point, but quickly became a pursuit, with this suspect taking off at high speeds, believed to be armed with an AK-47 that was used in that carjacking. It's unclear, though, if the victim in all of this was hurt. We, of course, hope that that person is okay, but I can tell you that we believe that there's just one person in the vehicle, a male suspect, who is traveling here on Ventura Boulevard at high speeds, about 75 miles an hour. Coming up to Luis. Oh, he's moving so quickly, it's difficult to keep up on some of these moves. So I'm going to increase my speeds here so that I'll be able to better follow him. Increase my camera speeds here so that I don't lose track of him. He's on Ventura Boulevard, coming up to Luis. In terms of what part of the city we're in the San Fernando Valley. So we're in the valley section of the city of Los Angeles, near the city of Encino, making a turn here northbound on Balboa from Ventura. You saw the LAPD airship overhead. He's been calling this pursuit from the very beginning. Before it turned into a pursuit, it was still a following when the airship got overhead, and watched as the suspect ran through a gate. He was able to direct some of the units to the suspect vehicle, and the pursuit was on. It's been a fast mover the entire time. He's really picking up speed, approaching the 101 freeway here on Balboa Boulevard. Maybe looking to get on the 101. If so, that would be his first time getting on the freeway, but nope, gonna go right past it. That was his chance to get on to the 101. But instead is continuing on. You see that unit there from the LAPD blocking traffic up ahead to make sure that no cross-traffic situation happened there, and fortunately it didn't. He's near the Sepulveda Basin area here on Burbank Boulevard. Going to be coming right under us here for just a moment. The suspect there sticking to that center lane, slowing down his speeds just a touch. That unit going right past him. And I believe... yeah, there we go. I believe there's a car there with the night sun overhead through Havenhurst now. So this is an area with lots of trees because we are in the Sepulveda Dam area. So you have a lot of trees on either side of Burbank Boulevard here. It's difficult there for the police helicopter to keep his night sun on the suspect vehicle, but he should be coming out here in just a moment. Once he clears all these trees, we'll be able to get a better look at that suspect's car. But we'll just follow the night sun here as he passes by the Sepulveda Dam area here on Burbank Boulevard. Again, a white Honda Civic, a newer model. I don't know the exact year, but I do know just looking at the vehicle that this is one of their newer models. I would say it's going to be at least a 2017, 2018 model, possibly even a 2019. Again, a car that was believed to have been taken in a carjacking, an armed carjacking to be exact, with the suspect wearing some type of face mask, was what we heard over the scanner, and armed with an AK-47. Approaching the 405 freeway here, though, so we'll see if he hops onto the 405. Continuing eastbound here, approaching Sepulveda, going to be making a turn before the freeway, so he's not going to get on the freeway. Southbound Sepulveda from Burbank Boulevard. Southbound Sepulveda coming up to Magnolia, straight through Magnolia there. He's approaching the 101 here, so if he wants to get on the freeway, this is going to be his chance, but it doesn't look like he's going to go for it. This entire time he's been on surface streets. He's had a chance to get on freeways. He had a chance to get on the 101 twice, and he also had a chance to get on the 405. He didn't do it, so he's going to stick to surface streets here, weaving in and out of traffic here. Oh gosh, that was close. Sepulveda Boulevard here in the Sherman Oaks area. Closest freeways will be the 405, 101. Southbound Sepulveda through Ventura. There we go. Continuing here on Sepulveda. Wrong side of the road there for just a moment. Moving back on the right side, southbound here. Approaching the 405 freeway yet again, which gives him another opportunity to get on the freeway if he so chooses, which he has not done. For the most part, just staying here on surface streets. Cross traffic coming up off the freeway, just on the other side of the freeway. He should be coming out here on the other side. You see the lights there. Slowing down. Wrong side of the road here. Southbound Sepulveda from the 405. Looks like he may have thought about getting on the 405, but decided against it. Instead, continuing here, Sepulveda Boulevard from the 405 freeway. And basically just staying parallel to that 405, going southbound. So if he continues in this general direction, it will get him into the west side of Los Angeles. So that's going to be out of the San Fernando Valley and in the basin area of Los Angeles. But continuing here, Sepulveda near the Sherman Oaks area. I'm listening to this scanner. They're starting to think about what they're going to do when this pursuit comes to a stop. So what I'm hearing is that they're not going to attempt a pit because the suspect is armed, because he's got that AK-47. They can't safely do a pit. The road's going to wind here and come back towards us here in just a moment. Yeah, correction. I should have said that they believe that he is armed with an AK-47. They haven't seen it yet. That may just be information that they got from the victim of the carjacking. So they believe he is armed with that AK-47, and because of that possibility, they are not going to attempt a pit maneuver on this one. And when the vehicle does eventually come to a stop, they're going to take cover just to make sure that they are not, that the police officers, that is, are not in any type of danger if this suspect is in fact armed. Sepulveda Boulevard yet again headed southbound. Again, if he continues in this general direction, it will get him to the west side, just on the back side here of a hill, but it will come out here in just a moment. And there it is. This is a very windy stretch of Sepulveda Boulevard for those of you who may not be too familiar with this street through this section. It's a straight shot in the San Fernando Valley, but once you head south of the 101, it gets very windy and it follows the 405 freeway. Basically on either side of the 405, it winds to either side. And then Sepulveda Boulevard will take you all the way to LAX, and then even further than that, continuing south past the LAX airport. So continuing here, southbound Sepulveda at Mulholland, you see that LAPD unit still close behind. I'm going to zoom in here, though, for just a moment. I wanted to see what the unit number was on that one. I believe it says 22 or 23, which is going to be one of the traffic units, and not Mission Division, who was originally the agency or the division of the LAPD that was in pursuit. So it looks like it is one of the traffic units of the LAPD that has the lead on this one, directly behind this suspect vehicle, with the airship overhead. I believe it is Air 18. We had the original helicopter that was overhead. He ran out of gas, so he ran out of fuel, so he had to swap out with another airship, and that airship is now overhead with the suspect continuing, again, southbound on Sepulveda, south of Mulholland. Approaching the 405 again. Going to cross under the 405 here in just a moment. I don't know that there's an opportunity to get on here, but there was an opportunity to get on there and he missed it, or he didn't want to get on there. Sepulveda Boulevard and the 405, so just south of the 405 freeway on Sepulveda Boulevard. East side of the 405 now continuing southbound on Sepulveda at approximately 90 miles an hour. So this has been a fast mover. Slowest I've seen him go is about 70. So we've seen anywhere from about 70 to 100 miles an hour. A white Honda Civic believed to be stolen, and the suspect in all of this believed to be armed with an AK-47. Approaching Moraga here, and maybe turning, yeah, maybe making a turn here on Moraga. Sure enough, he made a left here into onto Moraga Drive from Sepulveda. So that's going to be our nearest cross, Moraga and Sepulveda. In what appears to be a residential area. You can see how more narrow this street is compared to Sepulveda, where he just was. That unit, though, not giving up, staying close behind the suspect. But I can tell you that officer is not going to attempt a pit. They have not been authorized to, because the suspect is possibly armed. So because of that possible threat, they will not be attempting a pit maneuver. Spike strips, though, that's still a possibility. That has not been ruled out. But for now, no pit maneuver authorized on this one. And just on the backside of these trees there's a gate. So that's what's stopping, and coming right at the officers. Boom, just hit that officer there. Made a U-turn because he came up to that gate. There was nowhere for him to go. So he came right at the officers, colliding with at least one of the cruisers, and now slow speeds starting to drive away from the officers. Yeah, it actually looks like there may be some damage to that front window. Possibly may have been shattered. So, yeah, I'm trying to use my doublers here to see if I can see any more detail of what may have happened there. It happened all so quickly. It's unclear if any shots were exchanged there. I didn't hear any chatter about that on the scanner, but there does appear to be some type of damage to the front windshield that we didn't see before. And the suspect is now slowing down significantly here on Moraga near Sepulveda. Just coming through the trees here, there's a lot of trees on this street. Moraga is a tree-lined street, and so we're kind of fighting the trees here, but we will see the suspect vehicle come out here in just a moment. Again, Moraga with a cross of Sepulveda is going to be the nearest cross. This white Honda Civic slowing down significantly, about 5 miles an hour. So we went basically from 90 miles an hour to about 5. Slow speeds coming back down the hill here. Airbag could have gone off there in that exchange that we saw near that gate. It all happened very quickly, so it's difficult to to know for sure what may have happened when he reached that gate, but we definitely saw him hang a U. He made a U-turn, came right at the officers, colliding with at least one of their vehicles, and then continuing on, but at very slow speeds. No. Yeah. The suspect's vehicle is starting to smoke, so it's starting to catch fire. They are requesting that a police canine come to the scene in case they need that. Should that canine officer, should the dog be necessary if the suspect takes off running. But for now, I can only describe the little I can see with the trees here in the way. But this is, again, is going to be Moraga Drive, the 800 block of Moraga Drive near Sepulveda. This is where the suspect vehicle has come to a full stop and is apparently starting to catch fire. The officers do not have permission to approach because this suspect may be armed. That was something we knew right off the bat, that the suspect may possibly be armed with an AK-47. It's unclear how the officers came to that conclusion or assumption. Again, we believe that this is a carjacking suspect. I'm listening to the scanner. They're saying that the suspect vehicle is disabled. He's trying to move it, but it's not going anywhere. So it does appear to be disabled here on Moraga Drive, maybe closer to the 900 block of Moraga Drive near Sepulveda. This is going to be on the west side of Los Angeles, not far from UCLA. 10-4, Jack. We have some other helicopters in the way, Jack, but we'll see what we can do. We might lose our spot. Do you think it's any better on the other side? Okay. Alrighty, we're gonna come around here, guys. Gonna see if we can get a better shot, perhaps on the other side. It's difficult to tell, though. There's a lot of trees here in the way. Our shot may not improve as we come around, but we're definitely gonna give it a try as we come around here. And if that doesn't work, we'll try to come back to our original location. Again, this is breaking news. It all happens so quickly that we don't always have the shot we want per se, but we're definitely going to work to try to get you the best shot possible as we come around here. Again, the suspect's car coming to a stop on Moraga Drive, not because he wanted it to, but just because it gave up on him. We may get a little clearance here from the trees here as we come to the west side of the activity, and the driver door is opening. Driver door is opening. Again, there's a possibility that he is armed, so I am ready to pull out the shot if it need be. But for now, it looks like the driver door is open. And the vehicle is disabled, so he doesn't have much of an option there. I can see him moving around a little bit. And there he is, taking off his belt, wearing blue jeans, a t-shirt, and a baseball cap. Taking off what appears to be a bandana that he had around his neck. But then picks it up again and puts it in his back pocket. Hands are up, and now he's retreating towards the officers. So at this point, it appears that he is going to follow their commands. But again, this is a very fluid situation, so anything can happen. So we will be very careful about how we shoot this. But he is just on the backside of this tree here. We're coming around to the best of our ability here. Suspect continuing to walk back towards the officers, hands up in the air. Now picking up his pace as he comes back towards them. Dropping down to his knees. Once he's flat on his stomach, I'll feel more comfortable about zooming in here. And sure enough, there he is, arms spread wide, legs spread wide as well. Time is on the officer's side, though. They're going to be very careful when they do approach. You will see them move as a team, possibly with a shield. Again, the 900 block of Moraga Street, that's going to be Moraga near Sepulveda, near UCLA, on the west side, to be exact, very close to that 405 freeway. Suspect continuing to turn back towards the officers. He, of course, is getting audible commands from them. Now you see one team of officers with their weapons drawn, heading towards the vehicle. They need to clear the car and make sure nobody else is inside. The suspect is complying, is the way they're describing it. Now we have this team of officers coming in for the arrest, putting handcuffs on that suspect. That secondary team of officers heading to the vehicle to make sure nobody else is inside. I'm waiting for the code 4 on that one. And I am hearing code 4, which means that everyone who should be in custody is in custody. The officer's helping up the suspect. I'm going to use my other doubler here so we can get a more clear shot of this.